Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody there? Hello. I'm just going to wait for a few people to get on and then I'll get started with my message today. How's everybody? Just give me a few more. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit. Just a little. That's good enough. It's a little warm. Hello, hello. Is anybody there? Let me fix this. Just give me a few more people before I get started. I do have something that I want to say, and it may resonate with some of you. Is anybody there? Say hello. Hello, my lovelies. How are you? How's everybody on this beautiful Saturday? Let me turn this up. If it's not already up, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hi, Michael. I see you. Thanks for joining. Is there anyone else there before I get started? Hello, my lovely, my beautiful people. Hello. Alright, so I only got maybe one or two people that's watching right now. That's good enough. I do have something that I wanted to say, something that just dropped in my spirit. I'm hoping everybody can hear me. I've got the volume all the way up, so I'm not really sure if it's the broadcast is going over where the volume is up. So do let me know in the comments that you can hear me. Hey Nate, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Hi everybody. Thanks Nate. Thanks. I'm glad to know that you guys can hear me. So, my beautiful people, as I was saying, it is a beautiful day. It's a balmy 72 here. I just actually got off work probably about an hour and 15 minutes ago. And as I was pulling up to park, there's a few things that I had been thinking on that just kind of dropped in my spirit that I just wanted to talk about. Normally I'm always talking about, it's either going to be about love or about our people or somewhere in between. This one has to do with mainly identity, like who we are. And I don't mean just being black. That's not what I mean. I mean, do you really know who you are? And a lot of us, we really feel like we know who we are. We could tell somebody that's not me if they're trying to describe you and it's wrong, and so we say, no, I know who I am, and of course your likes, your dislikes, what you would do, what you wouldn't do. But in all honesty, in certain situations, we can say what we wouldn't do until that situation is brought to us, and then we find out what we do or don't do. Really, I want to touch on, because I was thinking, and I had to, this is personal for me as well. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I really? Who am I really? We often, we think about everything that makes us who we are. We think about the day-to-day things that we do. Most of us got to go to work, and we have a schedule that we keep. We got a time that we got to clock in, a time to clock out for lunch, clock back in, and go back to work, and then clock out, go home. And if you've planned ahead, you know what you're going to do when you get off work. Whether it's go kick it, go have a drink, go do something, go somewhere at some kind of recreation activity, or you're going to the grocery store because you need to refill on groceries at the house. You kind of know yourself and things that you need to do, and it's kind of a ritual that we do on a day-to-day basis. Have you ever just stopped sometimes and just start thinking about not just your life, but who you really are? Because a lot of people think they know you and they don't. And a lot of people think that they got you pegged to a T and they don't. Your family members think they know you. Them the main ones that be trying to point out stuff about you that's not true. And normally, you know, you will have a few associates, a few friends that try to tell you who you are based off of what they see. But they don't spend any time with you, so they really don't know. So basically, they're looking at the surface, and this is who they've come up with. This is the person that they say that you are. Have they ever stopped to ask you who you are? Have they ever stopped and sat down and had a conversation with you to find out who you are, instead of assuming? I wanted to talk about, in relation to that, because I actually wrote down some pointers this time, because this stuff was, you know, it was really on my heart. Something I was really thinking about. And so, one thing that came to me was the title, The Hate You Give. The hate that you give. I know, I know it's a movie. I know it's a movie, but I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the hate that's been given to you all your life in the form of little side remarks, little, you know, actions, behaviors towards you, funny acting people, funny acting family members, you know, phony, fake. And that's a form of hate. Hating or hating on somebody, however you want to put it. And you got some people around you right now that you're not even aware of that hate on you. And it's a shame, because these are our people, whether they're your relatives or not. I'm talking about our people. And they come off as being cool with you. They like what you do. They like, you know, the person that you are. They figured out certain ways that they could be around you, because on the surface they figured out that certain things you just not going to deal with, or you don't do. They've got that much about you, but they don't really know who you are. And so in the shadows, they're hating on you. They hate that you're a nice person all the time. They hate that. They hate that it's genuine. And they hate that. They hate that other people like you, and they can't figure out why. Why? You know, why? And then if it's a lot of people that like you, they really sitting back in the shadows looking like, I don't understand that. You know, and then in their minds, they're conjuring up all kinds of reasons why people should not like you, deal with you. Why did they do this for that person? Why did that person give them this? And why is this happening for that person? And why is that happening? How did they get that new car? And how is it that they got that nice job? And how is it this? And how is it that? And, you know, what's so special about him? Or what's so special about her? You know, and this is them in the shadows. But in your face, in the light, they tuck that way deep down inside. And they deal with you and they interact with you on a level where they hoping you can't detect the hate. And it's like having a so-called best friend. And they say, whenever you need me, call me. Whenever you need something, you know I'm going to be there. And then when the chips are down for you and you call that best friend that said you can rely on them, they not answering their phone, they not responding to their messages, or if you do get a hold of them, they got some kind of flimsy ass excuse as to why they can't be there for you. So this is a form of hating, because these people in particular, where I say that they're not there for you even though they say they would be there for you, they got a problem with you always being on top. At least that's what they think. You're always on top. And not knowing, and I'm going to get my charger out while I talk because my phone battery is dying. But not knowing that you're dealing with something, you go through stuff just like anybody else. It's just you're handling it in a different way. You're handling it in a different way. You know, in some instances, we got to be brave about some of the stuff that's going on with us. And so we put on a face. You know what I'm saying? And we try to be positive and remain positive no matter how bad the situation is for us. And so what they see is what we project, because we're not always wanting everybody to know what's going on with us no matter how bad it is. You know, you do have those that like to when stuff is going bad for them. They want everybody to know because they want everybody to feel sorry for them. And you're not asking for anybody to be sorry for you. It's not that. You do want people to care, but you're not just in the business of just blasting your misfortunes with everyone, because you know how some people are and how they'll take that information that you give them, and they've already sit back in the shadows and they've been hating on you. Don't let you have a problem. They can't wait, boy. They get ready to talk about you now. So that was part of what I was thinking about how we just have this mentality to just automatically hate on somebody if they are perceived to be doing well. And I just I wanted to touch on that because I've experienced it. I'm sure you have. You could probably tell some stories that I don't know nothing about. We all can. And so that was one of the things that was I was thinking about. And then there's another one. You know how the phrase that says, you don't look like what you've been through? You know, I've been hearing that for all of my adult life. And when I was in the church, I heard it constantly, but the phrase in the church was, thank God you don't look like what you've been through. But I just want to say this, God or no God, if you're not looking like what you've been through, honey, you're a winner. And this is all under the title of this, if I'm going to title this, of who am I? You know what I'm saying? So you done been through some stuff. Okay? This is why some people are giving, and they like to give and do for other people, because they were that person at some point. You see what I'm saying? They needed something and nobody was there for them. And nobody reached down to pick them up. Nobody tried to encourage them. Nobody even tried to do something small and minute to help them. And so when they got to a point to where they were doing better, they start reaching back down to help people that are in the shoes where they were. And so they understand gratitude. They understand that you can be down for a while. All it takes is one person to help lift you back up. If it's words of encouragement, if you can't do anything for them because you're not in the shape to help them, but it's every time you see that person, you got something good and positive to encourage them with. You were that person at one point. Now they're that person. Not saying that it can't happen to you again, but at the same time, we're not hating on the person that's down because we were that person. Okay, that's another thought. And then another thought came to me, and I was just sitting here as I parked, and it was just, all these different thoughts was coming. I didn't write them all down because this would be really long. The phrase came to me the phrase was, it's a setup. And I sat here like, it's a setup? What does that mean? And I'm still in that mindset of that thought of, who am I? It's a setup, And I guess in my thinking, it can be one of two ways with this. One way is a positive setup. The other way is a negative. Okay, so the positive is a setup. So you know how sometimes you don't understand why certain things happen. Like, let me use examples, like why you lost that job, why you lost those friends, you know what I'm saying? Why you didn't get that promotion? Why did they repossess my car? I'm sitting here, y'all. I'm in my parking lot. My apartment building is alive today. Everybody is outside, so excuse me. But why certain things that happen to you, and then you sit there and you think about it and you feel so bad about it, but you don't react. You don't really react. You keep that and you internalize it. And a lot of you pray, you know what I'm saying, to try to stay grounded. And a lot of you meditate and whatever it is, do what you do to try to bring some kind of balance to yourself while you're going through this. And so the positive of it's a setup is that, when you don't react to that coworker that's pushing your buttons, or that boss that's pushing your buttons, or, to your car getting repossessed or what have you is going on, when you don't react the way that you feel, and you sit back and you try to collect yourself, and you try to stay focused, and you try to stay positive, next thing you know, things are changing for you. Because now they calling you in the office and they want to offer you a promotion. Now they calling you in the office because they know they got this big project coming up, and who else better to handle it than you? You know, and then when you get the promotion and you handle the project and you blow it away, they trying to move you up, and they trying to that includes extra income and different things with that. And next thing you know, so the car got repossessed, but now you got the income to go and get you another one, even better than the one that you had. Or them friends left you and you didn't even do anything. You don't even know what happened, but you're not sweating it. And they sitting back hating in the shadows. And then the way the universe works, the universe will move some people into your life that's supposed to be there. Maybe them people wasn't supposed to be in your life forever. Maybe they wasn't supposed to be your friends forever or your associates. Maybe that connection needed to be broken. Maybe that's what it was. And so when that connection is broken, it opens the door for other things to happen for you. It opens the door for new friends that, they come with things that'll bless you. They come with things that'll elevate you. They come with the attitude and the mentality of connecting with you to where it pushes you up instead of bringing you down. They have that positive mindset. They have that encouragement mentality that you've been missing and that you've been lacking. And sometimes, even in relationships, when that connection is broken, and sometimes you have to be the one to break that connection, it opens the door for the right one. Then your soulmate moves in. And that's when you know it's a setup. On the negative side, it's a setup. We can use those same examples. I just want to stick to the friend part and the associates and the acquaintances, the ones that's hating in the background. We'll just use that for an example. How is it set up on the negative side when it comes to them? Because there are people that are hoping for your downfall. And these are the haters. These are the ones that are sitting back in the corner and they're laughing at you because you got an apartment, but it's not an apartment like they got. You got a car, it gets you from A to B, but it's not the kind of car they got or they think you should have. You know what I'm saying? But they're not looking at the fact that you moving up, even though you starting down here. You still moving up. Because once upon a time, there was no down here. There was nothing. So now you got you a car to get you from A to B. Okay? That's a start. Now you got you an apartment that may be X amount small square feet or whatever, but it's a start. Because at one point, you didn't have that. And so you got these people that say they're your friend, they're your acquaintances, and how the old song goes, smiling in your face and all the time they want to take your place. You can have nothing and people still going to hate on you. And so the setup is that you starting somewhere. You starting down here while they laughing and while they hating. You starting down here. You starting. But you starting. You understand what I'm saying? You're starting. You didn't quit. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to quit. They want you to give up. They want you to say, man, what's the use of even trying anymore? They want you to say that. They want you to have that attitude. They want you to have that spirit of quitting. But you're not a quitter. And you never did quit. No matter how bad it got, you kept going. And the more you keep going and you keep moving, things start happening. Because without doing anything, then nothing happens. Is the law of, what is it? The law of, I don't forgot what the law is, y'all. I'm sitting here, I'm so excited because I started thinking about it. But if you don't do anything, nothing happens. If you don't do anything, nothing happens. If you do something, cause and effect, that's what it is. If you do something, then something happens. If you do nothing, nothing happens. So that something may seem like nothing to somebody else, but that something is going to propel you to something else. And every time you continue to do something and you don't quit, the better and the better it gets for you. To pretty soon, where it was at one point where you couldn't even see the light at the end of the tunnel, all of a sudden you start seeing the sunrise. And people thought you was going to quit. People thought you was going to give up. People thought all these years, and I didn't know what happened to her. I didn't know what happened to him. I didn't know what was going on with that person. I remember they used to be like this, and they used to be like that, because in their mind, all they can remember is the negative stuff about you. They see you years later. So, oh, hold on. She got married? He got married? Them two got married? I can't believe that. I thought this and I thought that. Because they had put you in their own little box where they wanted you to be, and they was going to keep you there for the rest of your life. But you didn't quit. And that was my next thing. Don't quit. I don't care what they say. I don't care who they talking to. I don't care if it's your family members. I don't care if it's your best friend. Don't quit. Don't quit. And when you get to where you going, baby, reach back down and help the ones that is in the place where you were. Because you were them. You used to be that person. I cannot tell you how many times that I have been homeless and out on the streets. And the ones that put me out, I didn't even do anything to them. Not a thing. So what do you think that was? Oh, you can probably figure it out. We've been talking about it. It's like, people don't want you to be successful. People don't like that other people like you. And they kind of are drawn to you. It's that light inside of you. It's that light that draws. It draws. It's going to pull. And this is who you are now. This is who you've always been. That's why you had the haters. That's why family members don't fuck with you, if I can just put it that way. That's why certain people are not really real friends on the surface. They're like high and by friends. They're like, oh, I remember them from back in the day. They're kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you got like one or two, a few little friends, keep them close. If they're real friends. If they're real friends. Because there's always somebody hiding and lurking in the shadows that want what you got. And what do they want? Your light. It's your light. That's what it is. It's your light. Darkness hates the light. Darkness hates the light. But when the light comes, as they say, darkness has to flee. But they only go back to the shadows. They still watching though. They still watching. So, and the last thing I wanted to say is about dealing with distractions. Dealing with distractions. This might resonate with some of you, not all of you. Everybody deals with distractions on a daily basis. But for a select few of you, you're dealing with distractions that are really trying to take up your time and your attention. And it's disrupting your life. It's disrupting your way of life and how you live your life and the things that you have to do and the goals that you have set. It's meant to destroy what you got going on. And even if you don't have anything going on, it's meant to destroy your peace. That's what it is. And when you recognize the distractions that are in your life, you need to single them out. And it's like fires, you need to put them out. How do you put out the fires of distraction? Simple. Shine bright, baby. Keep shining. Because no matter what you do, you're going to always have distractions. You can ignore the distractions and you can keep moving. And pretty soon you won't even notice them anymore. Because you did not allow none of the distractions to deter you from your path and what you was trying to do or what you were doing or what you are doing. So when you ignore them, they die. It's just like negative thoughts in your head. You dismiss them and replace it with something positive. Pretty soon you start thinking negative. And it sounds simple, but some of us I know right now, especially through this retrograde that we're going through, if anybody know anything about retrogrades, it's a lot of distractions going on in so many different forms, and it's making it hard for us to stay focused on what we're supposed to be doing or what we are doing. You still got goals, go for it. That's all I'm gonna say. And no matter what the hate people give to you, you still don't look like what you've been through. It is a setup, because you starting somewhere, you got something going, there's something you doing, you trying to make something happen. And I would just say, don't quit. I'm hitting on other points. And then deal with these distractions by ignoring them. And they won't become the focus of your attention. And you're still going to rise to the top. My last thing about all of this, and I've said it already before, is keep shining. Shine bright. Shine bright. And I mean bright as hell. Now that you know all this stuff is going on, sit back, smile, shine bright. Love yourself. Like Leisha love y'all. I just, you know what I'm saying? I got my own thing going on. Y'all have no idea. And I'm not going to share it right now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us got a lot of concerns and different things that's going on. And it's internal, and we're not telling nobody about it. But I came here just to tell you that don't quit. Keep going. Reach your goals. Don't be distracted. Shine bright and forget them haters. Leisha loves you. I always do. I always will. Peace, love, and light.